We did not invest in time in generation or have very little generation capacity, which has forced us now to bring in emergency power generation capacity using light diesel and therefore costly. This is the major problem we have.
So Uganda is in a situation of crisis management with regards to its energy supply?
Yes, because the other alternative would have been to do what we call load shedding, but we said as a government, bring in the expensive power generation facility. It's better to have expensive power than to have none.
Okay, and from that cost perspective, how sustainable is this solution? Is it a short-term solution, or is it going to be sustainable into the long term?
It is short-term, and we are doing what we call buying down tariff. We are doing subsidy. In other words, the expensive power generation facility could give you a unit at 23 cents, but government puts in some money to buy down that. And we have had 150 megawatts of this. Because of activities that we are doing in the energy sector, we have been able to reduce this to 100 megawatts. In other words, we have a plan now to handle this by building new power stations. So we are doing quite a number of hydropower stations which are cheaper, and then we are retiring these expensive. So in short, it is really a short-term intervention.
And so, Minister, how is it possible that Uganda is also able to supply electricity to Kenya as well?
Well, now not anymore, because we used to, in the past, if you recall, we used to export quite a bit of electricity to Kenya. Now we are not doing that. We are only remaining with the small amounts export to Tanzania and then very little to Rwanda. We no longer supply Kenya. But the agreement still is in place, and we hope that when we build our two large power stations, we will resume supplying them, because ours is hydro. It would really supplement their expensive sources.
Let's take a look at the oil that has been recently found in Uganda and how the discovery of oil in your country changes the future energy mix in terms of output. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. We have had a good discovery, actually. We have confirmed 2 billion barrels of crude in the ground. Now we have a plan to build a refinery. We would like to refine this oil for local and regional consumption. Now with this refinery, we have, by the way, we have also some gas. So we have now got a complete plan of generating also with gas and heavy fuel oil coming from the refinery. You recall that the River Nile, which we depend on for hydropower generation, has had difficulty with the drought. So we think now in future we should have at least 30% of our energy coming from thermal, which is really heavy fuel oil from the refinery, and gas.
Now, in terms of Uganda's future, with regards to the oil that has been discovered, are there any bottlenecks in terms of the process of extracting this oil from the ground?
Finding enough money. That's all. Finding enough money, finding a good investor with the technology, with the capital to come and help build the refinery and so on. So that's where we are. We are looking for that kind of investor.